The air was thick with history as I pedaled through the ancient city of Anuradhapura. This wasn't just a collection of ruins. It was a living, breathing relic of Sri Lankan's past, a place where time seemed to stand still. The morning sun cast long shadows over crumbling palace walls and towering stupas, as if illuminating the whispers of a civilization that once ruled these lands over 2,000 years ago. Riding a bicycle was the perfect way to explore this vast, sacred city. The dirt paths wound through sprawling ruins, past ancient stone pools that once shimmered with the reflections of kings. I stopped at Jetavanara Maya, one of the tallest stupas in the ancient world, standing as a testament to the architectural genius of a bygone era. The sheer size of it was overwhelming, millions of bricks stacked into a structure meant to last forever. As I cycled through the ancient city, I passed locals wading knee-deep in ponds, carefully picking water lilies for temple offerings, while a crocodile glided silently across a nearby lake, its eyes just above the waterline. Tok macaques and grey langurs leaped through the trees, chattering and playfully chasing each other near the temple ruins, their mischief adding life to the stillness of the sacred city. At Surlaroutophile Stupa, a Buddhist priest sang in a soft, melodic chant, his voice carrying across the empty courtyard, as if he was singing just for me. Nearby, young children, their faces serious with purpose, placed small financial offerings in a collection box, their tiny hands carefully tucking away folded rupees. In a quiet pond, water buffaloes lay half submerged, their dark eyes lazily watching the world go by. At one of the entrances to a temple, I stopped to admire an intricately carved moonstone, an ancient masterpiece depicting the endless cycle of life, guiding every visitor who crossed its threshold. All around me, birds filled the air. Vibrant peacocks strutted through the temple grounds, black storks and ibises waded through the shallows, and elegant egrets stood motionless in the fading golden light. Anuradhapura was alive, not just with history, but with nature, devotion, and the quiet rhythm of daily life. Further along, I reached Ruwanwelisaya, its pristine white dome gleaming under the tropical sky. But what struck me most was not the structure itself, but the wave of people dressed in white moving toward it in silent devotion. It was a special Sunday, and Anuradhapura was alive with prayer. Unlike other historical sites where tourists far outnumber locals, here I felt like an outsider witnessing something deeply personal. I left my bike near the entrance and stepped into the crowd, blending into a sea of white garments. Some sat cross-legged in deep meditation, eyes closed, lost in their prayers. Others walked barefoot around the stupa, murmuring ancient chants. Children held lotus flowers as offerings, their small hands gripping the stems with quiet reverence. A man kneeled with his forehead pressed to the ground, his whisper drowned by the distant sound of temple drums. Just beyond the stupa, nestled within the heart of the ancient city, stood the giant Sri Maha Bodhi, one of the most sacred trees in the world. Over 2,300 years old, this Bodhi tree is said to have grown from a cutting of the very tree under which the Buddha attained enlightenment. I watched as devotees poured water at its roots, a gesture of respect and gratitude. I watched as Hindu priests performed pujas, their chants echoing through the air, while Buddhist monks and locals lit oil lamps in quiet devotion. As the sun began to set, I rode my bike one last time through the ruins, feeling the weight of history in every stone in every whisper of the wind. Anuradhapura was not just a city of the past. It was a city still alive with faith. Unlike other ancient sites where the ruins are merely relics, here, the spiritual heartbeat of Sri Lanka still pulsed strong. I came to Anuradhapura expecting to see history. Instead, I found something far more powerful, a connection between the past and the present, between devotion and time itself. As I cycled away, I realized that this wasn't just a place to visit. It was a place to feel.